you see in the above 20 to 30 feet, all are like digitally created. We need to execute all that kind of a Hollywood quality content in almost like I can say it's a 20% of their budget. Rajamouli sir used to tell that. So when audience comes into the theater, they should go into that era. Hi, this is Srinvas Mohan, visual effects supervisor for the film Baahubali. I started as a very what do you say? It's very poor starting. Like uh, my father is not there. It's like very tough situation. I started as a lorry cleaner, and from there I started as an electrician. Then from there, it's like every step. It's like one by one. So I did a lot of marriage videos and titling, and then after that software engineer, and then from there it's like I went into animation. So that's how it started. And my one big step of in this VFX industry is like associating with director Shankar. Shankar sir, it's like I think in Boys, yeah, first film my association with Shankar sir is Boys. So from the Boys, then I started all his films, like most of his films I worked with him. My first project is Arunachalam, that Telugu title where that what is that? The mountain breaks and comes out, and that is my first title. Then after that, A.M. Ratnam, he has seen that a lot of our talent, Indian artist talent, and so he has recommended to when he is doing Boys with Shankar sir, and so he has recommended to Shankar sir, and Shankar sir has given one small opportunity. So because normally he works with the big project, big companies, and then he has given an opportunity to work in one small portion. That is a Maro Maro. There is a song in that. So we did one zoom out shot, and so then he was the whole song. So then he was like so impressed, and then he started giving me another in the Boys title sequence, which so that's how we started. And after that it's like a slowly it's all his next projects is continued from there. Mainly two things I can say. That one is a waterfall sequence, then other one is a war sequence. So if it comes to waterfall, it's like Rajamouli sir asked about like a huge waterfall. It has to come from the clouds. That kind of hugeness he is looking. So then uh, we started putting everything on the paper like a concept artist. Concepts, a lot of sketches we did, and from there, it's from the papers. Then we did the set like the huge waterfall in the 3D, and then DOP Sindhu he started blocking what kind of angles we want in the digitally. These all are before going to shoot. So then Shobu sir, he adjusted the what kind of how much we need to put in the live location on the sets. So we put around 40 feet height waterfall climbing rock. So it has three sides, and where one side is like a different kind of structure and other side is a different. So all these things like each department they have involved in the getting the good output. So then apart from that, everything in ours, my major role is like extending that entire thing into the digital. It's like whatever you see in the above 20 to 30 feet, all are like digitally created. So in certain cases, it's like only few small Tamanna and what is that? Prabhas jumping sequence. I think you might have seen in the trailer. So in that only we used 10% of thing whatever you seen there the live. Remaining everything is digitally created. So to do that, like I have used a lot of studios here in Hyderabad. So one is especially the waterfall execution. So I've used Makuta. They're the very very extraordinary output they have given for that. And some of the other sequences I have used Firefly Studios from that is also from Hyderabad, and then EFX, Prasad EFX, they are also done extraordinary job. Like that, I hear from even from international studios. Like we have used Tau Films from US, and Part 3, and Dancing Double, and Macrograph, and all this from the China, Hong Kong, and Korea. So it's like a lot of studios, almost like around I can say 16 studios from all over the world. Around I think around 600 VFX artists contributed this entire output. Yeah, after releasing the trailer, a lot of people message me and ask that is it where is that location? Where is that waterfall location we want to go? But actually, that is totally 100%. I can say it's digitally created, especially the particular shot which you have seen in the jumping part. That is 100% digital. So only except the Prabhas and Tamana, entire thing is digital. But in the some of the sequences near the waterfall, especially the bottom of the waterfall, that we have shot in near Atirpalli, Kerala, where some people interaction part. Then when you go little up, so entire thing is digital. Yeah. When you go little wider, so that is entire thing digital. So next sequence is one of the important sequences, war sequence. So that is what it's like. I think people can. Our aim is like, especially always, Rajamouli sir used to tell that. So when audience comes into the theater, they should go into that era. It's like that Maheshmati kingdom, and they should feel they are into that kingdom, and especially the waterfall. Also, they should feel they are near the waterfall, and in the war sequence also they should be into the in the battlefield. That kind of experience he always wants, and he guides us in to get that kind of output. So in the war sequence, like this is between around 1 lakh army and 25,000 army. So that is one of the very interesting thing, and obviously we can't shoot with so many people like with the 1 lakh and all. So what we did is like we have put green screen, chroma screen around 300 feet one side and 300 feet one side, and 40 feet height green screen. So the entire war happened in against that green screen. So when you see in the war final output, you will see the closer part, like around I think 2,000 junior artists and artists. We most of the time they are there, and to supporting them around 500 all other technicians they are supporting to do that. And then apart from these 2,000 people, everything is created digitally. So background and that is one of the major challenges. Normally we approach with a multiplication, like a shooting them again and putting them. But in this film, the most of the I can say it's highest CGI we have used in the entire, I can say, in Indian film. So this is one of the mostly, instead of using live location, we did entirely in digital, like digital characters, digital set extension, and digital elephants and horses, and so that kind of everything is like created digitally. But in between, some of the closer parts, like close-ups, Sabu sir has, our director Sabu sir has done some of the wonderful job. Like he created some animatronics, some of the especially I should mention that one horse and elephant, which the artist is interacting. He has done very good realistic animatronics. That means like a puppet thing. So then after that we have enhanced that digitally. So, but it's like everybody's very good contribution, and even the DOP Srinvas sir, he is like extraordinary job he has done on the getting that output. A lot of times, like here, people are comparing with Hollywood movies, but what personally I can say is like obviously we cannot compare with Hollywood movies because they are little ahead of, they started ahead and they have a different knowledge and they have more knowledge in the obviously they started 50 years earlier, and apart from that they have a very big budget. So what we saw here, but the main thing is like we need to execute all their that kind of a Hollywood quality content in almost like I can say it's a 20% of their budget. So, but we need to give them 80% of quality. What we can is like that is what the whole content. We cannot definitely compete with Hollywood, but the difference here is like what always Rajamouli sir used to say that we have a very different emotional, cultural emotions. Those emotions, if we mix with the visual effects, this kind of technology, we can able to get much different feel to Hollywood audience. Yeah, working with Shankar sir and Rajamouli sir, it's like definitely I can say first thing is like I'm really lucky to get work with both of them and the really masters in their field, and uh, in terms of comparison, definitely uh, each one is unique. Obviously, any creator is always unique. So one thing common I saw is like especially my perspective, they always think big. So they need that grandeur feel. They need that their vision is so big. So that is what I can always say that that's a major thing which I saw between them, and both are doing direction, and it's like it will be the same. So as a audience pulse and everything is always same. Uh, uh, yeah, any film like Bahubali, it requires a lot of planning and pre-production. So obviously, even this film started with a lot of pre-production. So the initial portion is like the from our side contribution between like visual effects side from Firefly, and art department side Shobu sir, and like a camera DOP side Sandy sir, and costume department side Rama ma'am, and obviously Rajmouli sir. So we all contributed a lot of things, and to get the what final output should be. So to do that, instead of doing directly executing, so we started working on a lot of sketches. So it's like I think we have created around 15,000 sketches, I guess. So that includes like a lot of characters, like character designing. And we know this is period film. We can't get any ready-made things. It's like we have to get design everything from the scratch. So from the small life to till the palace. So we have done entire thing in the sketches. So from the sketches, then we started work. Some of the sequences we did the storyboard. So then after that we did the pre-visualization part. Then after that it's like then we know that this is what we need to execute, because in this kind of a big huge film we can't do mistakes because it's very expensive to do mistakes. So that way it's a very big help doing this kind of pre-production and planning. And other one more thing I like to mention is about our great producer Shobu sir, and that definitely it's so much different from other producers. So he's like almost like a AD, like a assistant director. All the time he's there, and he knows what is happening exactly on that location on that particular day. And we have one more person. She handles entire thing. The production is Valli ma'am. Uh, she's like the huge project. It's entirely on on her shoulders. So that's how she made it. Initially, we thought of doing only the scope version, but then after that, he insisted like we'll do in the bigger format. So it will be grandier. It will enhance. So, but that is a little more expensive, and it's tough to even shoot also for that. When we are framing, like we need to see that extra framing top and bottom. We always clean up that area, and always but we don't know after in between the film when in journeys, then we thought it's like it's too much attention we are putting for that extra space. Is it really worth? Then Shobu sir is like insisted like no, that will be really helpful, so we can. So he gave us confidence. Look, we'll move further like that. So now that has become very big plus point for us. Now we are able to see this big format in Prasad IMAX. So that 4 days back, like 5 days back, we went and saw that big format, and it's like even ourselves we were like stunned to see that kind of huge format and nice our film in that format. So thanks to Shobu sir for that supporting us to get that kind of a visual enhancement. Yes, we have done almost, I think, 30 to 40% of the film is finished, and even our VFX part also finished on that. So I think immediately they are going to start that second part. So first we have to see this result, and then we'll move on. So you will see that. About the VFX, I can say this now, at present, this is a big boom, because now a lot of directors has a confidence. Like after this Magadera and Iga and Robo and Hindi Chris and Ravan, all these films, like slowly it's gave a confidence to directors. Like they can create something, all their imaginary things they can bring it out, brought out to life. So this film, especially this film, has a lot of different approach we tried than previous films. That is a 3D. We create a lot of 3D, which very photorealistic feel. So after seeing this film, I'm sure a lot of directors will see this, and they will they will like a lot of producers will help directors to get this kind of stories to execute.